Great. So good evening to all Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome to 414th joint meeting for Kanoo Club Toastmasters and City of Gold Toastmasters Club. This is your Sergeant and Ops here and VP Education for Kanoo Toastmasters, Toastmaster Pragnesh Dhami. A little bit brief about the Toastmaster International. It was founded by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. First meeting was held in YMCA Santa Ana, California, USA. It's a leading non-profit organization since 98 years. Now its worldwide memberships is more than 400,000 members and 16,500 clubs in 140 plus countries. Within UAE itself there are about 110 clubs with about 3,000 members. Benefits of joining Toastmasters are to build confidence and public speaking, becoming more effective speaker, improving your presentation skills, and improving your leadership skills as well. Meeting your professional goals, increasing fluency in your language delivery, and networking with other people and building social connections. This is one of my favorite parts because I am into insurance, so regular I interact with all the insurance guy 100 day in and day out. So sometimes when I interact with other members, I get a very welcome other thoughts also in mind. Like I discuss with Toastmaster Vijay about new HR policies. I discuss Toastmaster Poonam with new design concepts available in the market. The club's mission is to provide support and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. The core values are respect, service, integrity, and excellence. But we avoid some topics. These are religion, politics, and sex. So these are taboo topics for us, and we don't dwell into it. Some housekeeping rules before we start our meeting. Keep yourself and your mobile devices muted whilst others are speaking. While speaking, make sure no noise-making devices are around. Keep your video on to stay connected and fill in the energy to encourage the speakers. Generously use reaction buttons to encourage the speakers after their speeches are done. Actively participate in the polls when popped up. Also requesting guests to send their contact details via Zoom chat to the VP membership to their respective club whom they are invited, or any ex-com members. And they are also actively requested to participate actively in the round robin sessions whenever we conduct either a word of the day or other table topics. Now let me introduce to the two dynamic ladies of both the clubs who are the presidents. First of all, President of Kanoo Toastmasters, Toastmaster Rajeshwari, who in my opinion is a go-getter president, joining Toastmasters in 2008 and completing motivational strategies pathways. She represented our club in the area context twice and served as VPPR in 2020 and Secretary in 2021. Thereafter, so President of City of Gold Toastmasters, Toastmaster Vimal will address the audience. She is also an HR professional and runs an HR consulting firm. 4 years into the Toastmasters journey, and she is now the President of City of Gold's Toastmaster Club. So now I call upon Toastmaster Rajeshwari to deliver her presidential address, followed by Toastmaster address of Toastmaster Vimal. So let's welcome her with a big round of applause and start our meeting.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Arms, Toastmaster Pragnesh. It was amazing. Good evening, Toastmasters. How are you all doing?
Very well. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Can we stop the screen share?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Yes. So, good evening once again. Hearty welcome to 414th Kanoo's Toastmasters meeting. That is the third meeting for this current year, 2022 and 2023. We belong to Area 24, Division L, and District 105. So guests, don't worry, I have a structure of explanation. Moving on to the quick history of our club. We were chartered on Jan 19th, 2004. And it's indeed an honor and privilege to be the president of Kanoo's Toastmasters Club, which has a roaring history behind. The key highlights of our club: we were the first club in our Division L to go hybrid during the COVID times. We are the home to two DTMs, DTM Yogesh Arora and DTM Vijay Mudliar, which our Sergeant Arms was recently mentioning. He represented DTAC twice, the star of Kanoo. Next, we have Toastmaster Poonam, who is our current treasurer and the backbone of our club. She is the current assistant area club growth director of our club. Moving on, we recently celebrated our 18th anniversary, and this is a certificate which is proudly issued by our Toastmasters International. I'm glad that our Sergeant Arms already introduced all about the Toastmasters International. I have a quick following session for that. Before that, our Kanoo's Toastmasters Club, what practices we have been planned for this current year, 2022 and 2023, is the theme is sustain and grow. How we sustain ourselves and eventually grow as a shining star. So sustain it not only about the club or about the Toastmasters journey, it is also in our real life, how we have sustainability, how we are able to involve or inculcate sustainability in our daily lives and eventually save our earth. And the second one, coming to the Toastmasters here, introducing the best role player for each meeting. This is the initiative, what we have taken to, motivate the members to take up roles and also give their best ability. We don't know what is the hidden talent in them. So this is the main reason why we have introduced this. And coming to the TMOD, we have creative and interesting themes lined up throughout this year. And we have proudly, we are blessed, in fact, to have regular educational sessions. And for all the guests and for all the Toastmasters here, we had our the first educational session on our previous meeting, which was about table topics, how to attempt a table topics, how to become an impromptu speaker. And that is also being learned in our Toastmasters journey here. And Toastmaster Vimal is going to introduce about the what's educational session, what we're going to have today. So wait and watch. The next one is we are having a plan of recognition of the members who are contributing to the DCP points for our club. Guests, don't worry. Once you join Toastmasters, you will get to know what is DCP points. So as our Sergeant has mentioned, Dr. Darcy Smedley was the founder of Toastmasters International. The club mission, yes. Here, this is the main structure of Toastmasters. So we come here as the members. We are one among the members. Members matters. Group of members together form clubs. So you all can see today we have two clubs, Kanoo's Toastmasters Club and City of Gold Toastmasters Club. Kanoo's Toastmasters Club belong to Area 24. So group of clubs form an area. Similarly, group of areas forms division, and group of divisions comes district, and then comes the region. Just an eagle eye view of District 105. We have 5 countries in the Middle East spread across Oman, UAE, Jordan, Lebanon, and Palestine. We have our leaders, dashing dynamic leaders, District Director DTM Rania, Division L Director DTM Adarsh, and our Area 24 Director Toastmaster Prashant. Give me 2 seconds, just a quick. I know that the red light is flashing. Just a quick. I have to explain about this. Since it's very important for our Area 24 and our Division L. We have the Division L Director has introduced an Explorer Cup, basically, to again motivate members to take up roles and explore or expand their wings other than the club. So 5 points of the member taking the roles within the area, 10 points for the particular member taking roles outside the area but within Division L. City of Gold Toastmasters, it is only exclusively for Division L, please excuse me. And 15 points for the members taking roles at the contest level in Division L, and 20 points for a member taking roles in the different area contests within our Division L. This was the current status for the Explorer Cup for the month of July. As you all know, Toastmasters is all about education. It's all about public speaking. It's all about personal growth. So we have the liberty to choose what we want, in which area we need to expertise. So we have different paths. So a quick view: dynamic leadership, effective coaching, engaging humor, innovative planning, leadership development. You ask, you get it. Kanoo's Toastmasters Club is not only restricted to education, we also have fun time. We have regular outings planned up. This was just a recent outing which we had during our yacht party under the leadership of Toastmaster Poonam. And before we know who is our TMOD, who is waiting for us to take through this entire evening, I have someone who is, let me quickly stop sharing. Yeah, a dynamic lady, as our sergeant has mentioned. She's blessed with an amazing, sweet, calming voice, a dashing lady, and I'm impressed by her. Toastmaster Vimal, the president of City of Gold Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. You can use your emotion and the reaction buttons, or clap your hands to encourage, to welcome our dynamic leader, Toastmaster Vimal. Over to you.
Thank you so very much, President TM Rajeshwari. That was amazing. Thank you for such kind words. You have already taken my time as well, so I would keep it short. However, City of Gold Toastmasters Club has very rich history, and perhaps we are the club which is full of DTMs. So we don't have 1, 2, or 3. We have over 6, rather 7 DTMs in our club. I'll move quickly. I'll introduce my guests today, and I would request the guests to introduce themselves in, say, about 2 seconds. So can I request Dr. Jisha?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Jisha Rani. I'm working with Alexandra in Dubai Equine Hospital. And I'm very thankful to Miss Alexandra for introducing me to this Toastmasters Club. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Dr. Jisha. I'm sure you'll have a lovely evening. Anna.
We have one more guest from
Good
Dubai
evening.
Equine Hospital.
Sure.
Miss Nazahat.
Please introduce yourself. I don't see.
Hey,
Yes.
good evening.
Yes.
I'm not sharing my video screen, but it's nice to see
It doesn't
everybody.
matter.
That's
Hi.
okay. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm currently outside, so I apologize that I would have to leave a little bit after, within probably half an hour. But I'm Nazahat. Pleasure to meet all of you. I am Ola's guest. This is my very first Toastmasters. I've always heard of Toastmasters, and I know friends who join it in university and such, but I've never been to it. I've always found it so interesting, but never could commit. So I'm really grateful to Ola for inviting me over to this one. I don't think she knew that I was interested, but maybe she could sense when she mentioned Toastmasters before. My my interest was piqued. So
Sure,
kudos
that's
to
really
all of you for
nice.
being with this too.
You're
And
welcome.
thanks. Have a lovely session ahead. And I apologize for leaving early in advance.
No worries. Let's enjoy it together. Hi, Anna.
Hi, hello. I will be very short. So
Sure.
I'm a Toastmasters member in Bucharest, Romania. Thank you for the invitation, Vimal. I'm currently an area director here in my division, District 1110. And looking forward to this amazing meeting. I will be just a guest, so I
Sure.
didn't prepare anything. So
Sure, you're
thank you.
welcome. I'm happy to have you here. I'm glad that you joined. So we will enjoy the meeting together. Also, welcome DTM Galal. DTM Galal is joining us right from Cairo, and he will be taking us through the education session. If you would just introduce yourself, DTM Galal.
Thank you. I'm from Cairo Toastmasters. I've been in many television commercials, and all the women above 60 are madly in love with me. So I produced 5,000 pencils that read, "I actually met Galal Zaki." I'd be happy to share them with you whenever we have a chance. Thank you for having me.
Sure, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you all together this evening.
Savita,
Vimal, we have
there is
Arjun.
one more.
Sure, please.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Arjun. So let me quickly introduce myself.
Sure.
I'm a guest of Nitin. I'm a newbie to Toastmaster. I have joined Toastmaster 6 years back, but then because of procrastination and somehow I could not start my journey. So I'm looking forward to start this journey and having a long term with Toastmaster.
Sure, welcome back. There was one Sabita, right?
Yes.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Nice to see you all. Nice to see you all. I got to know from Toastmaster Manjunath sir, who connected me to Toastmaster Rajeshwari. I'm from Mangalore.
Very nice, welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
While now we know each other, and we also know that we are all here with a common purpose that we want to learn while having fun. So now it's time to put your hands together for our very own lovely, energetic Toastmaster of the evening. And she is somebody who's always enthusiastic about the role that she takes up, and she really works for it. She puts actually heart and soul into the role that she takes. She is a biomedical engineer and currently working in the veterinary line. Moving from the human line to veterinary line, it was a huge challenge, she said. She was scared, but she loves her decision. Please put your hands together and let's welcome our very own Toastmaster Alexandra Kijoska.
Good evening,
Alexandra, stage is all yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm absolutely delighted to see that we have a full house tonight. This promises that there will be energy apart from the learning and the fun, and I really look forward to it. I must say that Toastmasters meeting in the summer can be, let's put it nicely, challenging, because many of our members travel back home and we have difficulties in filling roles to have satisfactory meetings. But thanks to two brave women, the presidents of Kanoo Toastmasters Club and our own City of Gold Toastmasters Club, we are here tonight together. We are in a big number and we will really enjoy this session. I'd like to notify you of some changes in the agenda. The second speaker dropped out and we have another speaker that will take his place. It is Madam Toastmaster Shruti Shetty. She will be evaluated by the same evaluator. We also have a third speaker with us. It will be Toastmaster Ganeshan, and he will be evaluated by Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari. So let us go and start our meeting. Fellow Toastmasters, the topic of today's meeting is diets. This topic to me is like weather, like the weather for people living in the United Kingdom. It is something that I love to read about, talk about, discuss the ups and downs. This is something that is really interesting. And why? I was thinking about this. Apart from disordered eating, I can relate to any dieting scenario. Shedding weight after childbirth, I've been there. Quickly losing weight before an important event, I've been there. Struggling to maintain a relatively healthy weight over the years, well, I'm still on it. So fellow Toastmasters, together maybe during the course of the evening, we will share some ideas, something to take away for each and every one of us. And I'm not going to bore you with lists of different diets. There's no point in this. There are so many of them. On the contrary, I think I would like to touch upon some topics that are related to diets, like what are the reasons behind dieting? Why are we doing it? Who benefits from this? Does social media have any role in this, or advertising or influencers? Are we now moving perhaps into healthy eating? And what's the solution to all of this? So let us start. The first question that we have is, why do we diet? People diet for many reasons. Some are at an unhealthy weight and want to pay closer attention to their eating and exercising habits. Some play sports and want to be in top of their physical condition. Others may think that they would look just a little bit better if they had lost a few kilograms. Sometimes we feel like we live in a world where there is a culture of diet. The movies that we watch, the magazines that we read, all this form images in our brains of what beauty is, of what being attractive it means, what being attractive means to all of us. And we just try to comply with this image that we have in our head. We will touch on the other topics later on, but because our agenda is really packed, let us move on. The first point on the agenda tonight is the word of the day session. To conduct this session, we have a Toastmaster from City of Gold Toastmasters Club. He has been with us for the past 2 years, and within this short time, he managed to get so many awards for us, making the club proud of him. He's an excellent speaker, and in general, a very pleasant person to deal with. He believes in karma. What goes around comes around. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our VP Education, Toastmaster Ratish Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alexandra. Thank you for all those wonderful lies. It was nice to hear that. They say that there is power of life and death in the tongue. Hence, choose your words wisely, because words are more powerful than you can ever imagine. An encouraging word to someone can actually lift them up and help them make it through the day. Whereas a destructive word can actually, it takes just the word takes to beat them down, to kill them. And especially in English, using the right word is an art. And with that, you can easily communicate with anyone at any level. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and DAKs. I'm Toastmaster Ratish. So I'm your Toastmaster as well as the word master. So it's like double mastery for me tonight. And for the sake of all the guests here, the word master is a person who introduces a word in the session, which he wants other members to learn, to use, to increase their vocabulary and to use as number of times possible in the meeting. So without delaying further, let me get straight to the word. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oxymoron. It's a very familiar word, but let's try to use it. Oxymoron. It's pronounced as oxymoron. Now, if you can't pronounce it, you know what you are. Moron. Okay, let's see. Now, some examples or what is the meaning of oxymoron? It's a figure of speech, basically, in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction, which means these are two words basically having kind of opposite meanings, but they're used together to stress out exact meaning of, or to what do you say, to bring out a clearer picture. So oxymorons have been used since the days of ancient Greek poets. So William Shakespeare is known to use this oxymorons across all his poems and speeches and so on. Let's see some of the words, or what type of words do we have in oxymoron. Some examples. I know you're familiar, but let us see. Clearly misunderstood. Clearly misunderstood. Exact estimate. Pretty ugly. Act naturally. You should act very naturally. Wonderful. Found missing. How can someone be found missing? Seriously funny. Seriously funny. Original copies. Now, this is one word which I think most of us use in our daily life, like in office and all. Get me the original copy. Only choice. Only choice. These are some of the words, and the mother of all words, mother of all oxymorons is happily married. On a lighter note. Now let's try. Anyone wants to share some more words? I think you're familiar with this kind of usages. Anyone wants to add some more to this list? Just think, maybe we'll get something like plastic glasses as an example. I don't know.
Galti se mistake in Hindi.
Completely finished.
Good one there. Anything else? I think if you brainstorm, I think definitely you'll come up with more. Half full. Exactly. Now let's try to use some of these words in any.
Seriously funny.
Seriously funny, yeah, exactly. Now let's try to use. I'll again bring the slides. Maybe you want to use. Who wants to start? Maybe start using these words in any sentence if possible. Mandar, you want to pick any oxymoron and use in a sentence?
I think after trying my hand at stand-up comedian and many other things to improve my public speaking, the only choice that was left for me was my joining Toastmaster, and I think it was a very wise decision which I took 12 years back.
Anyone else? Next, any word from us? Yeah, please, madam.
Being the youngest sibling in our family, I'm the most irresponsible person. But currently, I've taken up the most responsible person as a president.
Okay. Toastmaster Pragnesh, you want to try? We will not time you, that's fine.
Well, no problem. I'm timing myself. Will it be okay if we say we have a boring Toastmasters meeting? Will be oxymoron?
What was that? Sorry?
We normally have boring Toastmasters meeting. Normally we have funny.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, obviously it's supposed to be interesting. So it's a book.
I think we can have a vote at the end of the meeting.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to try?
And I will be looking at the votes.
I can try. I will try.
In the next meeting, we can debate on this.
I think it's an awfully good word of the day.
I will just try now.
Awfully good, yeah.
While delivering humorous speech in area contest, we try to act naturally, but end up copying others.
Toastmaster Poonam, you were saying?
I think it's an awfully good word of the day.
Excellent, excellent. We are getting new words. Good. Anyone who wants to add something?
Toastmaster Ganeshan's word, I can accept it because of the developed listening skills, what we developed in our Toastmasters journey, we end up copying.
It's an original copy of someone, right?
Management look for the exact estimated sales number for every
And
quarter.
we don't give them both estimate as well as the exact thing, right? So that's what we play around. Fine. Anyone wants to add?
Yeah, you have clearly confused by the usage of the word oxymoron today.
Good one, Toastmaster Anand. Great. So I think if there's no one else, I think I'll wind up my session. So thank you so much. And remember, words are free. Okay, it's how you basically use them will cost you. So use your words wisely. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Alexandra.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ratish. This was a good word. I've never heard of it before. Coming back to the topic of the evening, have you ever thought that there is a huge multi-billion industry supposedly helping us to achieve our dieting goals? It is definitely not in their interest that we should really stop dieting. The perfect scenario for them would be that we should enter the vicious circle of the so-called yo-yo dieting. Does anybody know what yo-yo dieting is?
I know yo-yo test, but I don't know yo-yo dieting.
Okay, so yo-yo dieting, the yo-yo is something that goes just up and down on an elastic. Okay, so yo-yo dieting means that you decide that you are going on a diet and you achieve certain goals, but you are so strict with it that at one point you give up. You give up, and because you were on a restrictive diet for a long time, you start binge eating and you come back to your previous weight. Then you feel guilt, and the cycle starts all over again. You lose weight, you gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. And every time, the worst thing about it, you feel guilty and uncomfortable. And that's not what we want. Hello, Toastmasters. Let us move to the agenda because it is really packed today. We are now moving to the project speeches. As an interest for our guests who are here maybe for the first time, I would like to tell you that this is the most important part of the meeting. Why? Because this is a time where speakers prepare their speeches. They have certain objectives that they need to fulfill, and then they deliver a project. They do it, they prepare the speech in the comfort of their home. They have all the time required to choose correct words, to use voice modulation, to rehearse in front of the mirror. And then they come, and in front of us, they show us their new acquired skills. We have 3 project speeches tonight, and the first one will be given by a retired Army officer. He's always keen to learn new things, something that is truly commendable. A very optimistic person by nature, we are really excited to hear him speak. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Deepak Chamoli.
Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, everyone.
Before
Hi,
that,
everyone. How are
I
you?
apologize. Before that, may I request his evaluator to read out the objectives of the speech?
Sure. Thank you, Alexandra. Today's speaker, Mr. Deepak, is choose the strategic leadership path. And the purpose of the speech is to introduce himself. So this is the icebreaker speech. So he's going to introduce himself to the guest and all the Toastmasters. And with that one, I would like to say good luck to you, Deepak.
Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you.
Timer will note the timings are 4 to 6 minutes.
Alexandra, shall I start?
Yes, please. I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us put our hands together for Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, everyone. Bye. So, fellow Toastmaster, I am Deepak Chamoli. I hail from northern part of India, from a state which is also known as Land of Gods, namely state Uttarakhand. I worked in Indian Army for almost 11 years. Last year, in the month of September, I hanged my uniform, after which for next 6 months, I have worked as Director HR and Administration for a private pharmacy college. My education background includes a master's degree in pharmacy and executive certification in business management from IIM Indore. From past 3 months, I am in UAE looking for work opportunities. So Toastmasters, in the next 6 minutes or so, I would be taking you to a journey where I will discuss the 3 basic rules that I followed in my life till date. Whenever I was and whatever I was doing, I always ensured 100% compliance towards these 3 rules. So let's get started. The first rule, which I always followed, was keep your deeds clear. When I say the word deeds, what actually deeds means? Deed is something which you do consciously. The deed includes your thoughts and your action. And when I say keep your deeds clear, it means that your action and your thought should be positive. This whole and this entire universe works on a law of attraction, where positive things attract positive behavior or positive outcomes, and negative things attract negative things. So whenever an individual have this positive mindset, where his actions are positive, where his thoughts are positive, trust me, everything will be positive. Second rule, which I follow, is get out of your comfort zone. Let me explain by this particular rule by means of an example. Suppose if you want a healthy physical fitness, if you want to be physically fit, so every day, bare minimum, you have to take out 20 odd minutes from your schedule and get your heart rate pumped up. That's how you will be able to achieve that your particular goal of physical fitness. Coming to professional things, if somebody wants to learn about Microsoft Excel or let's say Outlook, and he has got a a very tight schedule where he works from 8 to 5 and he doesn't have much time to take rest also. And this individual wants to learn about Microsoft Excel, that Outlook. So in order to learn this new thing, he has to get out of his comfort zone. He had to take an hour out from his schedule, and he has to practice for almost 30 minutes. 30 minutes he can see a YouTube video, and for next 30 minutes he can practice. So whenever you want improvement, trust me, getting out of your comfort zone is the only key to success. Now coming back to coming to the third and most important rule, be a leader. When I first heard this word, being a leader, I just Googled the meaning, and what I got there, it says anybody who inspire or motivates is a leader. And they always join this definition with a group of individuals. Trust me, being a leader doesn't mean you command a group of humans or anything. Even if you are not commanding anyone, you are a leader. Take charge of your action, take charge of your thoughts, take charge of your life. That's how you become a leader. So a leader has to have these certain qualities. If you Google, you will find that a leader should be he should take initiative. He should be like his integrity and loyalty should be of highest standard possible. For me, being a leader means three basic qualities. First, self-discipline. Toastmasters, whenever there is a clear-cut distinction between a disciplined man and a self-disciplined man. If you are crossing a road and a police guy is watching you and you are taking the zebra crossing, that means you are disciplined. But if nobody is watching you and no security person is there, still you are following the traffic rules and regulation, then you are self-disciplined. The second quality is professional competence. Professional competence doesn't mean that you need to augment your knowledge in terms of your profession only. If you are a leader in any say walk of life, you have to be proficient enough to augment your knowledge in terms of your leadership also. So let me give you an example. For a minute, just have a look at your mobile and just close your eyes and think 15 years back, what was your mobile looks like? I'm sure it would have less features, less facilities. So in order to develop yourself as an individual, you need to upgrade yourself. And you need to upgrade yourself not only professionally, but into the different walk of life. See, people, if a person is multi-talented, people might say he's jack of all trades, but master of none. But believe me, this is not the complete saying. The complete saying is jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than master of one. And the third and the most important thing about a leader, let me ask you a question first. Tell me, if I give you $86,400 in a day, per day, I am ready to give you this amount, $86,400, and I ask you to spend these dollars. But the condition is whatever amount you spend at the end of the day, it would be maximum 86,400. The balance amount will again be debited from your account, and next day you will get again this $86,400 in your account. But the condition is you can purchase whatever you want. You can keep that particular thing with you. So I would like to ask any one of you, just tell me what kind of stuff you want to purchase with these $86,400. Anyone, please. Anyone?
Like we will invest in gold. Like
okay, that's brilliant. Sharik wants to invest in gold. So Sharik wants to invest in something which will give him future dividend. Gentlemen, this $86,400 is nothing but the total seconds that you get in a day. These 86,400 seconds really matters. And this is the third most important quality of a leader is time management. Your every second should be accountable. So gentlemen, I have discussed the three basic rules of my life. First, keep your deeds clean. Second, get out of your comfort zone. And third, be a leader. I'm not saying these three rules are gospel truth. The rules might be different for you or for somebody else, but the ultimate objective of these rules and goals, these rules should be to grow yourself as a good human being. When I say a good human being, an individual who is not only proficient in whatever task he is doing or whatever work he is doing, but also this individual should contribute to society in a positive manner. Thank you, everyone. You have been a nice audience.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Deepak, I must tell you that I'm also a fan of the law of attraction. So you got me connected right away from the very beginning of your speech. Very well done. Let us now move to the second speech that we will be listening to tonight. May I request the evaluator to read out the objectives, please?
Good evening, everyone. My speaker for today will be doing a speech, level 3. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to, yeah. It's leadership development, level 3, P2. And the objective of the speech is the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. The timing will be 5 to 7, and the title of the speech is In Pursuit of Happiness. All the best. Over to you.
Our next speaker tonight is a very, very brave and very enthusiastic Toastmaster. And why do I say that? Imagine that she has decided to step in and deliver a speech tonight just 1 hour ago. That is something truly commendable. I would never, ever, never, ever be able to do something like that. She's currently the president of Inner Universe Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Madam Toastmaster Shruti Shetty.
Thank you so much, Tia Modi. Am I audible and visible? During my childhood, I often used to hear this story that there are 7 people who look exactly like you. Have you ever heard this story? Have you ever believed this? Or have you really encountered your other 6 identical ones? Toastmaster of the evening, respected presidents, fellow City of Gold and Kanoo Toastmasters, a very good evening to you all. I grew up in a town called Arsikere in Karnataka. This happened while I was in grade 8. A new family has arrived in our neighborhood, the family of father, mother, and a 2nd grade daughter. As a kid, wait, a grade 8 and I'm still saying myself as a kid. You must see my son even complains, now you still act like a child. Okay, I consider myself grade 8 and I was still a kid. So it didn't take much time for us to know about this new family which has arrived. Auntie, she wanted to learn a bicycle. And I was so happy and proud to teach her in my new Ladybird cycle. And the grade 2 daughter, she quickly joined a gang of kids and we used to play in the evening, China play, hopscotch, ice spice and whatnot. And uncle, being the businessman, he didn't have a fixed time. So we used to catch up during evenings. So I must say, we quickly gelled into the family and they were a really friendly family. And here, my dad, who is a government employee, and he had a fixed time like 9 to 7, 9 to 5, and sometimes it used to extend. He rarely knew that who lives next door, who has come in or who has moved out. He used to have this head office in Bangalore and frequently he used to visit the Bangalore. So whenever he doesn't have a company, he prefers to go alone and by the nearest bus station. So one fine morning, it was early morning when the sun was just arose, where Very rarely, few people were there in the street. So as he waited for the bus, he thought this, let me go into the temple, which is opposite. So he entered the temple, and while he was taking round, he came face to face with his uncle. Uncle notified him and he said, "You look similar." My dad casually said that, "Yes, even I have the same feeling." Uncle took a pause and told again, "Next to my house, in first floor, there lives a girl named Shruti, and you look exactly like her." Dad surprisingly laughed and said, "I'm the father of her." So from there, Dad went to Bangalore. That evening, when I came from school with my ladybug cycle, I noticed that the whole community had gathered and they were having a blast. So just then, when I entered in, it just accentuated. The auntie screamed at me, "Shruti, come here. Do you know what happened today morning?" And she had narrated the whole story. And I felt really happy. And this happened not only once, but many a times. Whenever my friends sees my dad for the first time, they tells, "Shruti, your dad looks exactly like you." Really? It's not that dad looks like me, it's I look like my dad. And whenever dad's friend sees me for the first time, they say that it's so easy to notify you as a raised daughter. You're the original copy of him. So likewise, I believe that in every family, there is someone who looks similar, might be a father, mother, siblings, grandpa, grandma. Why not? My husband's niece says sometimes whenever she visits her granny's place, they say that you look exactly like your grandma when she was small. So while I say this, but I still never encountered someone outside my family who looks exactly like me, like the story. I wonder, is it because they might be of a different age group, or they might live in a different 6 continents, or either they might be of a different gender altogether. So similarly, here I would like to connect. In pursuit of happiness, we always look around with some goal, with some vision, we move outside. But we forget that the happiness is always lies in the vicinity of our loved ones. So here I would like to take this opportunity to say that, so it's always important to care the relation and solidify. And so as I still wonder whoever looks like me, but here I would like to know from you all that, so do you have anyone in your family who showers the love and happiness and looks exactly like you? Please comment below. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Shruti. This was a really very interesting topic, very well approached, something to think about in the evening. We are now moving to the third speech tonight. And may I request the evaluator to read out the objectives?
Sure, dear Modi. My target speaker, Toastmaster Ganeshan, he is attempting his level 3 project, project 1, Dynamic Leadership Pathway. The purpose of this project is to learn about the various negotiation skills and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. The timing 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Ganeshan, and back to you, TM Modi.
Our third speaker tonight is a seasoned Toastmaster. He is a Toastmaster that we have heard about, but I have never heard him speak. I really look forward to it, and I just can't wait. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Ganeshan from the Talk Up Toastmasters Club.
Before he starts, can you please, Zoom Master, please mute Abdul Walia? I think he's unmuted. Requesting all to please keep your music muted. Thank you. Over to you. Ganeshan sir, you are on.
Again? It's okay. Sorry. Good evening. Sat Shri Akal. Salam alaikum. Namaskar. Namaste. Vanakkam. Good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and the guests. Can I ask a question to the audience? What do you mean by negotiation? Can anyone of you respond to my question? What do you mean by negotiation?
Convincing the party.
Trying to get a better deal.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is a kind of bargain or to get a better deal. Thank you for the Toastmaster participating. Negotiations are very, very important in one's life. Without negotiation, we will not be able to move forward. But negotiation should be done in such a way that you end up succeeding at the end of the day, end of the deal. So you should know how to negotiate properly, at what time, and what will be the result of the negotiation. Now let me start giving you an example. Somebody presented with me 2 chocolates. I just showed to my friend, please pick one. He picked one and he left one for me. I was very happy. This is called win-to-win negotiation. He picked one. Now, if I show to another Toastmaster member or my friend, pick 2, one of chocolate, he picked 2. Okay, I can't see anything. I should be happy even though I am not. So in this situation, he is a winner. I am a loser because he got a chocolate. I don't have none. So this is win and loss. Now, if I show a Toastmaster, another member, 2 chocolates, and I took both without offering him one, it should not be the case, but it has happened. So what is that? This is called win-lose. I am a winner, the opposite party is loser. Now the 4th case, if I produce chocolate to another member both, the 3rd person take both the chocolates, what happened? Neither me get or my friend get. In this situation, it is called lose-lose. That means win-lose, lose-win, win-win, lose-lose. These are the 4 stages of negotiation. Now, let me explain to you further negotiation, what it means by giving my personal example. I visited India. I went to a shopping mall with my wife and my sister-in-law. Just to have shopping, both of them. Now my wife told me, this t-shirt is very good. It suits you very well. I was preferring for one blue color. But my wife told this red color is very good. It suits you well. It will give you good personality. Oh, I said, okay, I accepted it. I took the red one. So this means win-win. Both win because I took it and I listened to her. She is happy. Both win-win. Another case. Now I went with my wife and a sister-in-law to a shop. One of them wanted to pick me t-shirt. Other one wanted to pick me both shirt. What they will do? So both are competing each other. This is called competitive negotiation because both are competing, but both doesn't want to listen to what I exactly want. So this is called competitive negotiation. Now coming back to another one, there are 4 malls in the shopping. The wife went to the 2nd mall. The sister-in-law went to the 4th mall, picking for both of them their choices. I am in the 1st ground floor talking with my friend. Both of them are calling me on the phone. Come, Ganesh, first, This to second floor. Krishna says, come to my fourth floor. This very good suggestions you got. What I will do? I said, please don't disturb me. I'm talking to my friend. Because I can't make me annoy my wife nor my sister-in-law. Which floor I will go? Then both of them decided that they understood, I'm not interested because there's going to be a conflict. So they both agreed and they called me that, no, we will not put t-shirt, not the bush shirt. We will come. We decided not to take anything. This is called compromise because both of them compromise with each other and they don't want to fight with each other. Then the last one, then both of them went to a particular shop, same another mall. Then they told me this time we are not going for shirt or bush shirt. This year we are going to have here, you mean a Tamilian, you buy a dhoti and the dhoti. We say, dhoti. Yes, function is going to come, Onam is coming. Better buy dhoti, it will be useful. So this is called collaboration because both of them agree to buy a common one. They collaborated with each other and they told that they will buy dhoti for me. Because for me, no problem. Dhoti is also equally important because for function, we do your thing. And I do not disappoint my wife, not the sister-in-law. So these are the 4 ways of negotiation. One is casual, competitive, compromise, and collaboration. So you should know when and what time you should negotiate. Because while negotiating, you should make sure that the opposite party is not annoyed. And end of the day, you get the result. You should make win-win for both. That should be the occasion because he should be happy, you should be happy. That means you have done a very good negotiation deal. This negotiation comes into equal role in all the ways when we are choosing a game for the children. When we are choosing which school we want based on the cost for the children, even selecting a jewelry for the wife or a mother or for a friend, or while restricting the time on the TV for the children, we have to negotiate the children also. No, don't see this, see that. They will argue, no, I want this, I want that. So negotiation comes into play in each one's life at some stage. So what I mean, negotiation has been done so carefully, so judicially that one gets success in life. That is the importance of negotiation. This is what I want to present to the audience, the 4 ways of negotiation, how we should use, how we should approach, and at the end of the day, how we should get success. Thank you all for listening to my speech.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ganeshan. This was a very interesting speech, and I understand from it that negotiation is an art. Can I have the timer's report, please, for all the 3 speakers?
Yes, good evening, all Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Change screen again. Yeah, our first speaker, Toastmaster Deepak, icebreaker, overshot the time limit and he took 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Shruti, in pursuit of happiness speech took around 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And our Toastmaster Ganeshan, various negotiation and skill strategy speech took 6 minutes and 35 seconds. So the Toastmaster Shruti and Toastmaster Ganeshan qualifies.
May I request the Zoom master to launch the poll, please?
Yes, launching the poll now. Ganeshan has been disqualified, so please don't vote for him.
So while we are thinking, who should get the ballot?
Sorry,
I would like to.
I think the first speaker is disqualified. Not
Toastmaster Deepak is all disqualified.
Yeah, so just vote for Shruti and Ganeshan, yeah?
And while we are voting, I would just like to ask you, have you ever thought what is the role of social media in relation to dieting? Well, it can be both good and it can be bad. I have recently watched a documentary on one of the biggest scams that have ever happened on Instagram. It was done by an influencer a very pretty young girl whose name is Belle Gibson. And she was promoting a gluten-free and sugar-free diet, claiming that it cured her brain cancer and claiming that it can cure cancer in general. Millions of cancer patients trusted her, and she made a huge amount of money thanks to that. Well, I don't know how about you, but I find this despicable, disgusting, absolutely unacceptable, and I believe that she should be punished. So this is one side to the coin. But social media can also be good. Research shows that many people post photos of lovely, super healthy meals. And that has a positive effect on many of us adopting healthier lifestyles. So it's up to us to choose what we need, the good or the bad approach that we can find on social media. Are we done with the poll, Zoom master? All right. Let us move then to the next point in our agenda. We are very excited to have an interesting education session tonight, as this is not something that is done routinely every time that we meet. To conduct this session, we have a very special guest. He is a distinguished Toastmaster. And for the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain that distinguished Toastmaster is the highest position in Toastmasters that you can possibly achieve. He is also an author. He's currently writing a book entitled Story of My Wife, because I owe her my life. He also appeared in many award-winning ads, and all this apart from his achievement in Toastmasters. Ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely privileged to have him here with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming our special guest, DTM Galal Zaki, to deliver an education session on effective communication and creativity. DTM Galal Zaki.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not a DTM, I'm sorry, I'm just 2 years old. I've only done just a few steps, so.
I stand corrected, a DTM to be.
To be, okay. I won
Yeah.
44 table topic awards.
This doesn't count for a DTM, but DTM to be, I stand corrected.
So how can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Can you see that?
No.
Is it visible?
Not yet.
Is this visible?
Yes, loading. Yes, can see.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay, it's about effective communication and creativity. Having worked in the field of advertising for many, many years, I learned to give a message in very short period of time. It is effective to sell a product or a service or to change behavior for a social cause. Okay, the future is not the way it used to be. This is something that someone called Yogi Berra, who was a baseball player in America, used to say. If you go Google Yogiisms, you'll find things that don't make sense, but when you look at them, really, they do make sense. Today is completely different from what things were, and it's going to continue to change. And the social media has really changed everybody's life. The guru of marketing, Philip Kotler, came here 10 years ago and said, if you're in the same business in the coming 5 years, you'll be out of business. Innovate or evaporate. Okay, and today we're talking about consumption. If you've heard of Anya Leonard's story of stuff, at the rate we're going with what we're doing to the globe, we, not our children, we will not find food or water. So today we're talking about the triple bottom line, or the triple P, people, planet, profit. Okay, some of the communication principles. Tell me quick and tell me true, or else, my friend, the hell with you. WIIFM, it's not a radio channel. It's what's in it for me. So if I say, Alexandra, how you can become the best the world champion Toastmaster in the world, I've said something that could be of interest to you. Okay, here's a lovely model in what I call an integrated marketing communications. Most people are afraid of writing or speaking, and they don't know where to start. So integrated marketing communications combines all the tools of communication, plus the disciplines. There are over 20 disciplines: advertising, public relations, direct marketing, relationship marketing, sponsorship, direct sales, branding, events management, corporate social responsibility. I could go on. So the best model I find is called Robostic, and it's lovely to remember acronyms. Robostic, and I'll tell you what that stands for. Another acronym is SMART as objectives, decision-making unit, and so on. I'll go into that. What is integrated marketing communications? It's using all these direct sales, nearly 20 personal selling, direct market, and integrating them to get the best deal for the lowest cost. Now, here is what Robostic is all about. Before you start, if you're selling a product, for example, a shoe, you need to do research. What is the situation analysis, and what is the SWOT analysis? Where are you coming from, and where do you want to be in the short, medium, and long term? And what are your strengths, your weaknesses, and the opportunities and threats? Audiences, you have to make a stakeholder mapping, and I'll show you, color-coded according to the priority. Who's your target audience? Who are your competitors? Who are your staff? And so on. Budgets, how much money do you have to spend to advertise or communicate? And objectives have to be SMART as, and I'll get to it. Strategy is long-term, tactics short-term, and I'll give you examples of those. Implementation, what are the tasks? Who is responsible for each one of them? And what is the timeline? So tasks, responsibilities, and timelines. And finally, control is monitoring and evaluation. Have we achieved what we were setting out to do? Where did we go wrong? Where did we go right? And what learning do we have? Okay, here is the SMART as, I'll tell you, objectives. They have to be specific. They have to be measurable. So I'm going to do my diet starting September the 5th, and I will start with 1 bar of chocolate actually, I eat a whole bar of chocolate every day because my mother told me I had to finish my food. So I've got very high cholesterol levels. So you have to be specific. What date and what time? Measurable, appropriate, realistic. You can't say I'm going to do it overnight. Relevant, targeted, time-bound. And the S part is ambitious, scary, and satisfying. That's from a book I read with a woman. Then there's the decision-making unit. Who is the user? For example, my daughters, if they want ice cream and they're 5 years old, they don't have money, they're the users. Who's the buyer? I'm the buyer. Who's the decider? My wife. She tells me, Galal, if you get Rula and Rania ice cream that has got additives and preservatives, you're going to go and sleep at Pragnesh's place tonight. Then there's the gatekeeper. If I'm going to the supermarket and the security, I ask them, do they sell ice cream? And they say, no, I'll go away. Then there's the influencer. And here's the case study of Brown Bovary, who wanted to sell to a factory the thing for the fire extinguishers. So they said, who's the buyer? It's the financial manager. Who's the specifier? Is the engineer. So they sent emails to both of them, got them to sit down together and to buy. The influencer could be somebody who wants to work with a factory, and his secretary says, the wife of the man you want to work with is saying horrible things about your wife. Or it could be somebody who has another cousin somewhere else and he wants to put the business there. Or somebody who's taking money from under the table to send it to the other. So that's called the decision-making unit. Okay. Now, I used to have a company called Perception Communication because perception is reality. And I had this poster in all of my rooms. And it's really, everything I learned from my mother and from work. Number one, think client. That's the most important thing. But mutual respect and trust are the key to a proper working relation. Number three is the one I use most. Foreigners call Egypt land of IBM. I, inshallah, which means God willing. B, bukra, which means tomorrow. M, malish, which means never mind. So I don't take excuses. Okay. I had a thing with the top person in public relations, Lula Zaklama. He was head of IPRA, and it was the rise of public relations and the fall of advertising. And I completely slaughtered Lula, but because she's a very good friend of mine, I got her to wear the PR glove to give me the knockout. There's no such thing as PR, yes, and out, and advertising, no, you use them all together. Here is the decision making. Here is the stakeholder mapping. You put your company here and say the orange is the more important, your employees, the government, clients, suppliers, retailers, then consumers, and so on. So you do a color code of who are you talking to, because you're going to develop your communication strategy to talk to them. Plan ahead. If you don't know where you're going, you won't get there, or you might get to a place where you don't want to be. Without research, you're in a dark tunnel. Either you're going to see the light at the end of it or a train coming at you. Use research as a guide, not a god. Some people will use research the way a drunkard would use a lamppost for support rather than, and I've done several times, I've gone against research and I've succeeded. What business are we in? Most people don't know what business they're in, or what they're selling. So if you don't know that, how can you communicate to sell it? In American Express card, selling a piece of plastic, they had the cups that was selling it. Convenience, it's convenient. You don't need to carry a lot of money. Utility, you can buy different products with it. Prestige was the most important part in selling the American Express card. And security, if it gets stolen from you, you pay $50. So they had something called the Quite Frankly letter. Dear Mr. Pragnesh, quite frankly, not anyone can become an American Express card member. You have been selected out of a very few people around, and they give you the green card. A few months later, dear Mr. Pragnesh, quite frankly, and they give you the gold card. And then a few months, dear Mr. Pragnesh, quite frankly, they give you the platinum card. So you show off in front of your girlfriend by coming up with the platinum card. Okay, 5 Ps, and it has nothing to do with going to the toilet. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. I mentioned tell me two can tell me two. Headlines, 80% of anybody who reads the headline reads anything will read the headline only. So if you don't tell them what's in it for them, you've lost 80% of your target audience. Okay, here's an example. These are the same text, but the one on the left is called reverse print. When it's small, it is 60% more difficult to read. For example, here at the bottom, this is 60% more difficult to read than if it was a dark color on a light background. We're selling the sizzle, not the stick. Most people don't know. When I say, what am I selling here? They say a telephone. No, you're selling what's behind that. For me, it could be prestige. I have the most expensive telephone in Egypt, and all the girls are going to run after me. For a mother, it could be security. Her daughter's coming in a taxi at midnight, and she wants to make sure her daughter is safe. Words in the headline that sell you now, you free. Look at that. If you smoke, I smoke. Very, very effective. Breaking the rules, fiery fries. I could go on here again. I could go on. These are all visuals without any copy. Here, chasing, you've reversed it, and it's a vitamin. Okay, I think I'm going to run out. There's something about entrepreneurship. This book made millions of dollars. Everything men know about women, and you open the book, it's empty. It's all white pages. Another one, Jenny Google was pregnant. and she had 2 kids at the same time. And she'd go to the supermarket and look at her bag and call it the black hole. The kid would cry, she would need tissue, the telephone would ring, the credit card. She went home, she found her washing machine, took out the stuff from the thing and put it. And since then, Jenny Groover's been selling for millions of dollars. Here, this is another mind mapping. It's a way of fruit. You saw a word, but you saw a picture. I could go on. I'm sorry, I've gone out of time. Thank you very much. And I'm be happy I leave my number to answer any questions that anybody may have.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Galal. This was a lot of information. And since this meeting is being recorded, we will have time to digest it, and perhaps we can contact you for some further details or explanations. Thank you very much. This was very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are now moving to the next point in the agenda, which is table topics. To conduct this session, we have a fairly new, but very able and enthusiastic member of City of Gold Toastmasters Club. She loves to travel, to meet different people, different cultures, to try their food, of course, as it gives her a lot of positive energy and vibes. With a thunderous applause, let us please welcome Madam Toastmaster Annette Tony to conduct the table topic session.
Thank you.
Madam Toastmaster Annette, we will limit ourselves to 3 topics only, please, because of overshooting with time, okay?
Okay, noted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. So table topics have been a key component in Toastmasters program many years. So what is table topic? Of course, the existing members do know about it, but for our guests, let me just brief it. Table topic is an impromptu session of a Toastmaster. What does it mean? It means that the participants have to deliver a short 1 to 2 minutes speech, which is unrehearsed, not organized, and not planned. So, what is the purpose of table topic? The purpose of table topic is a great way to work on your skills. Now, many a times you might have encountered situations where you had to meet people and you have to start with a random topic. Also, it helps you with the elevator pitch. Also, if you have to chit chat with your colleagues, you have to come up with an unplanned, unrehearsed topic. And that's the reason here, table topic will definitely help you improvise in this area of speaking skills. Now, there are many ways of doing a table topic. Today, we are going to use something called a storytelling mode. Now, I will start with a story and I will pass on, or I will call a name out, and I want you to continue with the story. All right? I hope this is clear. Okay, fine. So here, once upon a time, there lived a little boy. Now, this little boy was really sad. And the reason for him to be sad is because in his division, he was the only one who didn't have a girlfriend. So he decided to meet God. Now he knew it was a long trip to meet God. So he packed his suitcase with Twinkies, with chocolates, and with some drinks, and he set for the journey. Now he started his journey, and about 3 blocks, he met an old woman. I would like to pass on with the story. May I ask DTM Sushil Maratha to continue with it?
Thank you, Annette. So this boy, I call him Sushil Maratha, was walking down the path in search of his mission to meet the God. He had no clue where to go. And then he keeps walking and see a nice, very friendly looking old lady over there. She's wearing a nice white gown and has got a pretty face. And it reminded him of his mother. So for all the questions, where do you go? To your mom. So Sushil goes running to this lady and says, "Excuse me, ma'am. I wonder you can help me." Said, "Yes, little boy." Said, "Ma'am, I'm going to find an address. I don't know how to go. Can you help me?" Said, "Yes. I want to know the address to the god." The woman smiles. "Very interesting. And why do you want to go there?" "Oh, ma'am, I can't tell you. It's secret." And then the lady says, "Okay, close your eyes, listen to your heart, and just follow your heart. It'll take you straight to him, because God resides within you and you'll find all the answers." So she was surprised. He's so close. Said, "Yes." Then he closes his eyes. He thinks, and what? The picture of his girlfriend comes in front of him. He said, "Hi, what is this? I wanted God." And then he keeps following the picture, and he keeps walking and comes to a beautiful stream. He sits there, and with the picture of his girlfriend in his mind, just lies down and goes to sleep. And he's taking a nap over there. Over to you, Toastmaster Annette.
Thank you. Thank you. So then the story continues with DTM Yogesh Arora. Over to
Wow. Yes. Wow. I will love to continue this very beautiful story, which started by you and continued by Sushil. I fully agree with Sushil. After during his sleep, he had a dream. As the old lady had told her that you close your eyes and look into your heart, you will feel the God within you. So that thing was rotating in his mind. In the dream, he saw as God is talking to him and God is showing the way to him. As he had heard from his mother, if you are looking in search of God, God will also come to you. If you take one step towards the God, God will take 10 steps toward to you to meet you. He was so thrilled in his dreams, and he was enjoying his dream by just sleeping near that stream, and all of a sudden it started to rain and he woke up. He woke up, he was just memorizing the dream which he has seen. Then he started to walk on, and after that he met to another person, and he shared with him that he is in search of God. And another person he asked the person, "I want to see the God. Have you met the God?" Another person shocked. What the question he is asking? So far, nobody asked such type of question. I want to meet the God. I am in search of God. He told the young boy to please relax and he will explain to him. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Yogesh. So then I would like to give it to Mandar, DTM Mandar, to continue.
Finally, after going round and round and round, Sushil again went to sleep as usual. And he was woken up by his mother. And his mother asked him, "Sushil, have you now realized how far it is to go to the God? So first of all, try to reduce your physique. You are so fat. Talk to Alexandra. Find out the best diet. Otherwise, you will look pretty ugly." So then Sushil went to Alexandra. Alexandra, as usual, directed him to me. So he came to me and he asked me, "Mandar, I remember you had removed 37 kgs 3 years back. What is the secret?" And I told him, the secret is use oxymoron. Eat to diet. If you want to diet, the first thing important in diet is nothing but, if you want to reduce your weight, it is 60% eating and 40% exercise. Exercise you are doing. So now that 60% you should control. So how would you control it? So first and foremost, eat till you are fed up of eating. Once you are fed up of eating, then you will stop eating gradually. After that, you will see that your weight is reducing. Once your weight is reducing, then you will start being healthy. Once you are being healthy, you will start having more energy. And that energy, my dear friend, will take you to something which is called God. If not God, at least you can see in a mirror a better version of Sushil Maratha. So stop sleeping and do dieting, Sushil. Over to you.
Wow. I wish I could continue. It was very interesting session, but in the interest of time, I'll have to excuse myself. Over to you, Toastmaster Alexandra.
Thank you very much for this innovative way of conducting table topics, Madam Toastmaster Annette. I'm so lucky that I'm the TMOD and that I didn't have to participate. Can we have the timer's report, please?
Yes, please. So I hope everyone, as well as myself, have enjoyed a clash of DTMs now here. So DTM Sushil took 1 minute and 55 seconds. DTM Yogesh Arora took 1 minute 52 seconds. And DTM Mandar took 1 minute and 35 seconds. So all are qualified here.
Zoom Master, can we launch the poll, please?
Launching poll, everyone can vote, even the guest. Please vote for the best table talk speaker.
And while we are voting, I would like to say a few more words about a new trend that I have observed. In the past couple of years, I think that there is a growing awareness amongst people with respect to consuming healthy food. There is a change in the mindset where people consciously choose healthier eating options. I must admit that it is also my case. I still check the labels on the food products I buy. And yes, I do glance at the calories, but I really study the content of sugar, preservatives, artificial coloring, and I literally ban from my shopping list any hydrogenated products. Healthy living, healthy eating, rather than dieting. That is a good choice. Let us move on now to the next point in our agenda, that is evaluations. To evaluate the first speech tonight, we have a relatively new member of COG. I remember his first appearance in our club, and I would say that over the past few months, we have witnessed a caterpillar change into a beautiful butterfly. I have in particular admired the way in which he conducted one of our last few meetings. This was simply stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, a very positive person whose philosophy is, don't worry, be happy. Please let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Nitin Mahajan to evaluate tonight's first speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alexandra. Before I start, I just want to pin the timer. Okay. So can you change your screen, Mr. Pragnesh? Okay, thank you. Deepak, I want to see your face. What an amazing speech, man. I really means I enjoyed truly each word. It was very clearly said, well understood, and very well crafted. The synergy between the story you started and you end, it was amazing. Most importantly, you was comfortable. You was explain the things very well, and the 3 rules of your life you bring to the speech was just amazing. You engage the audience by asking the question, what you will buy of 86,400, so that something has created the excitement, and that was something I was curious. Why he asked particular those numbers, and that bring that excitement and the curiosity, and you very well connected that with the time. Very well said that one. So now you was very good, excellent, but there was something for improvement, and I would like to bring that improvement to you. I noticed that you was using your hand gesture very well, but only thing is that you was not standing, or it was not visible. I will advise if you'll adjust your camera little bit, and maybe standing would have been help. The second thing, when you started the speech, it was very flat, asking some kind of questions, or maybe like connecting the audience by starting off your speech would have helped to connect more audience with your speech, and that's the well begun and half done kind of things. The second thing, you overshoot the time, but that I think with the time or with the practice, I think you can improve that one. And little bit of practice with the time in front of mirror, if you will do that, I'm pretty sure you will be there. Overall, a good speech, you use very good anecdotes, like Jacob all master of none is better than the master of one. Then also the three rules of your life, you said, the keep your deeds clear and clean, that is well explained. Get out of your comfort zone. So those anecdotes really is a cherry on the cake. But the only thing is that I feel standing, and your hand gesture was very good, I feel, but it was not visible because you was not standing. And the second thing, the practice with your time, I'm pretty sure you will work on those things, and you will be the excellent speaker. Good luck to you for the future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin, for your valuable feedback. I'm sure that the speaker will take note of all those points that you have just mentioned. Just to reiterate, the evaluation is a constructive feedback that is given to the speaker, and the evaluator is evaluating the speech, not the speaker. All right? So I'm sure the second speaker is now eagerly waiting for some feedback. So to evaluate the second speech tonight, we have a very able Toastmaster from Kanoo Toastmasters Club. She works in the advertising industry, and she has been a Toastmaster for the past 2 years. She's very active both in her club and in the area. She's the treasurer of Kanoo Toastmasters Club and also Assistant Area Club Growth Director. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Madam Toastmaster Poonam.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So there are 7 people similar to you who look similarly or clearly exactly like you. Now we have a very, I think, seasoned speaker amongst us. So before I evaluate her, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our dear guests. And thank you, Alexandra, for such an amazing introduction. Now I'm going to say that there were a lot of good points that I'd like to share about the speech. And very quickly, let me tell you what I really liked about your whole speech was the eye contact and the gestures that you maintained throughout the speech. I think that was a very good, it's a sign of a very good speaker who knows how to maintain the eye contact throughout the speech and also use the gestures, hand gestures and body gestures to ensure that the speech is effective and impactful. Now, starting with the question and a statement together, it really grabs attention. And I'm sure all of you must have, it made everybody, come together and listen to you, what you were saying. So that was a good start. You stood and give the speech, so it was a very good way to like deliver a speech, because then you can actually use your hands, your body, everything together. So that's really good. That was a good use of stage and platform. And of course, you made sure that you used the word of the day, the good use of oxymoron. Original copy looked exactly like. So a few things that you have done really well is, the story was well connected. As per the purpose of the speech, it was, it gave a message. It had a opening, it had a body, it had a closing, and it also gave out a message that you have to be happy where you are, and that's what In Pursuit of Happiness. So it connected with the title, the whole story connected. I think the purpose of the speech was definitely met. However, of course, there are certain recommendations which can only improve your speech, or rather take it to the next level, I would say. A few things which I noticed or could have been better was use of voice modulation. I think when you were trying to express what the uncle said and what your dad said, and what your uncle said and what your dad said, could have been a little more with two different voices, a little higher and a little lower pitch. Or maybe you could also use some expressions so that there could be a little more descriptive way of explaining a story, and a little more drama to be added there. And of course, one more thing which I feel that would have really made your speech to the next level was if you could have described yourself as a character and your father as a character. So the similarity, if you would have made it a little descriptive, then it would have been like right in front of us, exactly what you are looking at, the two similar people, or two people who look alike. I think these were the 2 points which I feel that if you could have done better, then your speech would have gone to a next level. However, I think you have done a great job with your speech, and you have completed the purpose of this speech. So congratulations on that. Looking forward to more of your speeches. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Poonam. Those were interesting points, and I'm sure the speaker will take note of them. And now we have the evaluation of the third speech tonight. To conduct this evaluation, we have someone that has already been introduced to us in the first part of today's meeting. It is none other than the president of Kanoo Toastmasters Club, Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage the third evaluator tonight, Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening. Good evening once again. My target speaker, Toastmaster Ganeshan. The beauty of the speaker comes when he comes out of his comfort zone and takes that first step and delivers the speech, not for 1 month ago, just 30 minutes before the meeting. This is what Toastmasters teach us. It prepares us to take up challenges and easily come out of our comfort zone. So guests, remember, we are all open here. Please join Toastmasters. There's nothing to wait or to have a second thought. What a grand opening, Toastmaster Ganeshan, to grab the audience attention by just asking a question. Have you all experienced negotiation? You grabbed the attention and just you did not let it loose. You kept it throughout till the end of your speech by adding your personal experiences, and very easily by your common English language, you made the concept clear, the basic highlight of your Toastmaster speech today at that level 3. You said it in simple English, and seeing that the majority of the audience will agree to me that they have understood the meaning of negotiation and the 4 varieties of negotiation. Yes, you can nod your head or you can use your reaction button to encourage Toastmaster Ganeshan. If you are agreeing with my statement, casual negotiation, competitive negotiation, compromising negotiation, collaborative negotiation. If you ask me what are those by reading a textbook or reading the Google, I don't think anybody would have understood this. Yes? He made it clear. That is the best part or the highlight of this today's Toastmaster Ganeshan speech. Having said all of this, he met his project purpose, negotiation. He made clear of all the 4 points and made all the audience also easily understand the 4 simple language: win-win, win-lose, lose-win, and lose-lose situations. What better can we ask for? Having said that, as a Toastmaster, we have to add the points of improvements here. There are few grammatical mistakes, such as what I shall do. It could have been what shall I do. Other than this, if you could have improved the grammatical mistakes of usage of on and off, and that eventually it will come. Though the other point of improvement here is, since we are in this online platform, the camera position should be placed such that our top till the waist, at least the person is visible, so that our body language also, it adds on impacts on our speech. Placing the camera slightly ahead and maintaining that distance would have actually elated your speech. So you are a seasoned Toastmaster. You proved your caliber by your speech and instantly taking up that opportunity. You're grabbing that opportunity and using your personal experiences and relating them to your speech purpose truly made my day. As a leader, as a new leader, especially as a top level president leader, I need to understand what is negotiation skill, and I need to apply them in amongst our members and among our ExCom team gracefully. You taught me that lesson. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ganeshan. And overall, amazing speech. All the audience understood what actually negotiation is in our day-to-day life other than Toastmasters. Yeah, good job on this. If you could add up those 2 recommendations which I mentioned above earlier, grammatical errors and the placage of the positioning of the camera, you will excel and you will rule the world. Thank you, and back to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari. May I have the timer's report, please?
Yes, Toastmaster Nitin took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Poonam took 4 minutes. And Toastmaster Rajeshwari took 4 minutes and 35 seconds. They all are qualified. Yeah? Over to Toastmaster Day.
All qualify, it is 2 to 3 minutes.
No,
No, it is 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5.
No, it is 2, 2.5, and 3. Evaluation 2 to 3 minutes.
Is correct. It is 2, 2.5, 3, and 30 seconds grace. That's it.
Okay, so we already have a winner.
Okay.
So no voting.
No vote.
Okay, so in that case, nobody.
Thank you very much, timer. And there will be no voting. Fellow Toastmasters, I promised before not to talk about any diets in particular. However, I have to at least mention one that I think stands out. It is the so-called caveman diet. It is a diet that requires you to give up on any processed food. And so you would have to say no to any ready-made sauces with taste enhancers, etc. I must say that I quite like this idea, and I think that eliminating chemical products from our food is just a little bit more healthy. So go for it. Caveman diet.
Alexandra, can I make a point?
Yes.
To be fair on the evaluators, since the timing device was not as per the timing of the Toastmasters, he gave it more. Let us allow voting because the evaluators only saw the timing board. Yeah. So you can't blame them for overshooting whatever. So I would say let us be fair and give chance for voting for all the evaluators. Yeah.
Okay, let us then run the poll. Can you please launch the poll?
Yeah, I'm running the
TM
poll.
Sushil?
Only the members can vote for this. Yeah. You continue, Alexandra.
All right. So the next point on the agenda is the session for the grammarian. This is a session in which the grammarian will point out the good usage of language as well as the mistakes that we might have made. It is meant to improve our speaking skills because English is not our language, our native language. So it is, the aim for it is to improve our speaking skills in terms of grammar, in terms of vocabulary. To conduct this session, we have none other than our very own VP Education, Toastmaster Ratish Kumar. And since he has already appeared in the first part of the meeting, I will not introduce him any further. However, with a thunderous round of applause, let us welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Ratish Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alexander. I was hoping that you introduced me again with all those wonderful adjectives and description. Okay, and just to add to what Madam Alexandra had said, Toastmaster the grammarian is the just to add, he is the person, the most boring role player who comes between the exit of the session and in this case, especially between your dinner and the session. Okay, so as a role of grammarian, on a light note, so the grammarian is basically the person who introduces the word of the day as well, and also to keep a tab on how well the grammar was used during the entire session. So it's basically the us and does counter, keeps a tally on how many number of times or the number of times the us and does were used. So generally we had a very good session. The language was used really well, even though considering the fact that I did not do a session. So that's actually a good thing. So some of the good usages which were used during the session was one, like hang my uniform, keep your deeds clear, take charge of your life, augment your knowledge, in pursuit of happiness. Happiness lies in the vicinity of loved ones. Negotiation is an art. One side of the coin, innovate or evaporate. Perception is a reality. And well begun is like half done. So these are some of the good usages, English usages which we had during the session. And the word of the day, which is basically oxymoron, even though it's not a word, it's a usage. We had 3 times it was used during the session. It's really challenging to use oxymorons, especially during live sessions. So really appreciate those 2 people who actually use this. And to correct, there's not too much of corrections. Of course, we had those occasional us and does, like what do you say? All those things were there, and some corrections like what was your mobile look like, rather than saying how your mobile looked like. He didn't had a. It should be he should have had a. Then very was used many times. I think we should skip those very and use words like excessively or remarkably or incredibly. Then function is going to come rather than saying function is coming up soon. And many times it was noted you was, okay, it's more, it should be like a you were. So these are some of the minor corrections. Apart from that, we had a wonderful session. Great going, guys. So again, good going to all the club members here. Thank you, Toastmaster Alexander, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ratish. Fellow Toastmasters, just to wrap up some of the thoughts that we had on dieting. A healthy, balanced food intake is essential for good health and nutrition. And please note that I have intentionally not called this a diet. I would rather call it a healthy lifestyle. Perhaps we could join the anti-diet movement and unsubscribe from other people's expectations, from very restrictive diets, for trying to change the way you think about yourself and your image. I would like now to thank our silent role players who helped us during this meeting. I would like to thank our timer, Toastmaster Pragnesh, and our Zoom master, DTM Sushil. Our meeting is now coming to an end, and there is one person that was very keenly looking at all the proceedings and was taking notes of things that could have perhaps been improved so that our meetings become better and better. This will be done during the final session, which is the general evaluation session. To conduct this session, we have another DTM from City of Gold Toastmasters Club. He's a passionate Toastmaster since a decade and has taken up all the roles, both in the club executive committee as well as in the area. In fact, he was the area director as well. He loves to connect with like-minded people. Listening to old Hindi songs is his favorite pastime. Of course, when he is not cycling. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the past area director and our immediate past president, DTM Mandar Akshikar.
Thanks a lot, Alexandra, for that wonderful introduction. I'll come straight to the point because we already overshot the time. So for the guest to know the role of a general evaluator, it's like a fly on the wall, does not take part in the meeting, though I did a couple of times, and give what you could see as strengths and what could be the area for improvements. So let me start. We started on time. We started at 7 a.m. The Zoom floor was open. 7:15 we started the meeting. Just let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Pragnesh for being the Sergeant at Arms. Very nicely done, very uniquely done. My only advice to you is stick to the time, because if you see Toastmaster, the full essence of Toastmasters is time. It teaches us how to talk on time. So just, I mean, that is the only advice. Otherwise, you did the Sergeant at Arms role very, very nicely, uniquely, I would say. You almost tried to cover everything, but my only advice is stick to time. So the second role player was the presidents. So first of all, let me congratulate Kanoo Toastmaster Club and City of Gold for having a joint meeting, which is again I think 14th meeting, if I am not wrong, for the Kanoo Toastmasters, and I think 516th meeting for City of Gold Toastmasters. Let's have a round of applause for that. Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari, you opened the floor very well. You opened the meeting very well, and you gave a lot of information about Kanoo. And also, my advice, same advice to you is stick to the time, because in a joint meeting you have to be very careful of the time. And both the presidents should know when you start the meeting. There is a protocol of Toastmasters meeting. You should say, "I declare the meeting open." In your enthusiasm, you went ahead. You spoke many things, but you didn't make the meeting open. So while closing, I would advise you to please close the meeting. Very nicely done. I would say a lot of achievements. You took most of the screen time. Vimal could not do, but she tried to get the meeting back on the schedule. And but anyway, both of you did a very fantastic job, and I know there is so much of history to both of our clubs that even if you give one probably 2 days session, it will be still less. So let's have a big round of applause for the presidents. Madam Toastmaster Alexandra, excellent TMOE for today. Let's have a big round of applause before I speak something for her. So first and foremost, we are in Dubai. We are in a city where we have a lot of food and everything. So diet is something which everybody has ventured into. If somebody has said, "I have not done a diet," then he would be telling a lie. Okay. And for me personally, when you have a goal of enhancing your mental well-being, the only diet would be of good thoughts. And good thoughts for me would be coming and attending such meetings. So today's meetings, there has been a lot of good thoughts and good takeaways from me through the speeches, through the evaluation, to the table topics. So thanks a lot, Alexandra. Excellent way of presenting us how diets can be harmful, how diets can be useful. Also with some data you gave us, and you marketed this meeting very well. I have been seeing a lot of LinkedIn posts and a lot of Facebook posts, Instagram posts. and this meeting was known to everyone. So I had a couple of messages who dropped out. I mean, the people who dropped out last minute saying that they wanted to attend this meeting. And we have a lady from Romania. We have Ghazal from Galal, sorry, from Egypt. So that shows the way this was marketed and very nicely attended. So round of applause for you. Word master, oxymoron. My only words to you is, if I become a TMOE next meeting, you will be my only choice because you are awfully great. Okay, very nicely done. And the way you conducted it was very good. Round robin, everybody was encouraged to use, and it put your thinking caps on. Very nicely done, Ratish. And we expect the same thing from you. You come up with every time you come up with some different ways of I would say beautifying the role, which you did very well. So big round of applause for you. When we talk about the speakers, Toastmaster Deepak, you spoke about leadership. It's very good. It's something which is we keep hearing all the time. Be a leader, be a leader. But you went ahead, and I would not comment actually on your speech because my team of evaluators has already done that for all you three speakers. But I would say it was great to hear to your speech. Madam Toastmaster Shruti, lookalikes. Yes, you have 7. I have found 3 or 4 of them. They're already on the Facebook. So if you're following me, you see they keep showing. My face is very common, so they keep showing me, and I keep their photos on the Facebook. Toastmaster Ganesha, negotiation definitely is the key thing today. Anything you do right when you are at home or you are at your workplace or you are at some public forum, negotiation is something which you should learn, and sometimes you should you are required to say no, and sometimes that no can be a next opportunity. So you never know. Okay, so very nicely done, Madam Toastmaster Annette Tony. So let's have a big round for the speakers first of all. My note to you now, when we had a couple of times this timing issues. Now, these timing issues, for that, Toastmaster has a clear-cut Bible in which all the rules are written. So when a speaker, for example, Nitin, when you are doing evaluation for Toastmaster Deepak, when you give his objectives, you also need to talk about the timing mechanism. How long will he be speaking? I'm sure you would have spoken that, but I'm just saying. So if this is done, then the timer automatically understands. And he doesn't, even if he has some misconceptions, that can be clear. That's my only thing through the people, evaluators, when they are reading the objectives of any speech. That's all. Yeah. Madam Toastmaster Annette, you are where are you? Oh, you're a packet of surprises. This was a very nicely done. I think this was the first time you did a table topic session. So let's have a round of applause for Annette. Very nicely done. And the way you built the story and made everybody continue, it was excellent. I would like to congratulate all the speakers as well. They did good. I mean, I'm sure the audience would have enjoyed instead of asking each and every topic this way. It was getting more responses. Evaluators, I would not comment much because they have already done their job very well. And again, my response to you is, job well done has to be appreciated. So if you are not able to appreciate it because of lack of time limit or exceeding your limit, then the work is not done. Entire thing of table topics is any speech in Toastmasters is time bound. Even my speech is 3 minutes. I am going to stick towards it. Grammarian role, excellent. It was wonderful. You actually concised it very well. And I think we have done an excellent job in this meeting. And let's try to have more such joint meetings. I'm sure there would be a lot of giveaways and takeaways from this meeting. And I really appreciate Madam Toastmaster Alexandra, Madam Toastmaster Rajeshwari, and Madam Toastmaster Vimal Singh for giving me this opportunity to be the general evaluator, and there has been a lot of takeaways from me, and it's going to help my diet for a better mental well-being. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Madam Toastmaster Vina, over to you.
I thought you wanted to say some parting words, but thank you so very much, Toastmaster Alexandra. What a wonderful session that you have taken us to the journey with diet. And I'm sure almost every one of us will be taking a message home That's why we should not call it diet and why it should be a healthy eating. Great job. Thank you so very much. And I want everyone to join me thanking Toastmaster of the evening, Alexandra Kizoska. With that, we have come to almost at the fag end of this meeting. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining us together. It was wonderful to have a joint meeting with Kanoo Toastmasters group. And I admire each of one's efforts that has gone into the organization of this meeting. And I want to thank especially Toastmaster Pragnesh and Rajeshwari to coordinating it to the micro level, planning, and we made it. Thank you so very much. And now we have reached a point when we wait, who's going to receive something.
Vimal, 1 second. Now, I did every evaluation, but one thing I would like to thank my very dear friend from Egypt, Galal Zaki, for a wonderful education session. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It took me back to my academic days. Sorry, Vimal. We will continue. Thank you. Big round of applause.
Thank you so much. So we are all waiting for the winners. Everybody is winner here, but just for the token of appreciation that I announce the best table topic speaker is DTM Mandar. Best speaker, Toastmaster Ganeshan. And best evaluator, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. All the best to all the winners and everyone who participated and attended this meeting. Can I request to stop sharing the screen, please?
Yes, dear. From my end, I have few certificates to be given as a token of appreciation, if I may, please.
I would appreciate that they can be sent to them individually, because in the interest of time, we want to keep it really short and sweet now. Thank you so very much. As I said, everybody is a winner and the certificates will be shared individually to them post the meeting. Thank you so very much. With the power vested in me, I declare this meeting closed with President Toastmaster Rajeshwari. Thank you so very much. And before we log out, I would also like to ask the feedback from the guests. So can I invite, who wants to share first?
Can you stop sharing, please?
Can I invite Anna?
Yeah, I will be very short. I really enjoyed your meeting. You are all very professional. I really liked the speeches and the evaluations. And I would like to join again when it's possible. I'm on level 4. And if I could ever make a project in one of your meetings would be nice. I would appreciate, and I can return your favor maybe in our meetings. And I would be happy if we can have a joint meeting with Club Bucharest. Thank you.
Sure, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Anna. Guest Arjun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vimal. President Vimal. So yes, I mean, the session was really fantastic. I think though we are connecting virtually, but I can sense the energy right now coming from each and every participant. And it was like really amazing to basically, I didn't realize like we have spent like 2 hours in this particular meeting. Definitely something which, I'm looking forward to join and start my journey as well as a Toastmaster. And this session definitely motivates me to definitely go ahead and join.
Great. Thank you so much. Do join then. Am I missing any guests? If somebody can help me.
Jisha?
Someone take the picture. Huh?
Jisha, maybe?
Dr. Jisha?
Congratulations, everyone. It was really professional meeting, and I really enjoyed the evening. All the speakers really did a wonderful job, and the evaluators, everyone. I really look forward to join if my time permits. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me for this wonderful meeting.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Our next meeting will be on 23rd of August, and the TMOD will be Toastmaster Ratish Kumar. Please take your roles with him. And with all of that, thank you once again.
Let's take a picture, Vimal.
Yeah, sure. Who's the cameraman here? Shoot master.
Ratish.
Ratish.
Yeah, back to my old role. Yeah, please.
Please switch on your cameras and it you're there. Oh, you are with two devices. Sharik?
Yeah.
Sorry, one is with the mobile and another one is with my desktop. The camera in the desktop is functioning. That's the reason.
Sure. Great.
Okay. Where are the cameras better, please there? Okay. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Thumbs up, please. Let me see. A minute. Yeah, one more maybe. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Done.
Thank you very much, everyone. See you back again in the next meeting. Till then, stay safe. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank
Just
you.
a
Thank you,
second,
everyone. Thank you.
Toastmasters. Yeah, our meeting is also on 23rd. That is the 4th Tuesday of this August, and hopefully it should be either hybrid or an online. If all our members are ready, we will be, and probably City Seasons Hotel near Barjuma. So even City of Gold Toastmasters can easily come up there as your name reflects. It's the same name, and
Sure.
just a token of appreciation. Here I had some certificates, especially for the best role player. For according to Kanoo Toastmasters, it was Toastmaster of the evening. I think she left. Oh, she's here.
No,
What a
she's
wonderful
here.
job, dear. What a wonderful job. Just if you can give me a second, I will show the round of applause wholeheartedly. It was an amazing job done, and you kept the evening light.
Thank
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. See you. Good night.
Thank you so very much. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.